Hello, everybody. This is the Game Mug 28, and this is a new Random Bananas. Woo! Now, this will probably. I'm going to be recording this, of course, sooner, but this is probably going to be out, I don't know. This probably be on the weekend when you're watching this, or whatever. Holy crap, knife. Hold on a second. Dang crap, shoot. Anyway, there it goes. Random Bananas. Let's get that off of there. There we go. Stupid misspelling of words. It's sad. Anyway, this one is about being picky and patience sort of together. I believe, talked about pickiness in the past, but I still want to quote on it, because especially since it's like the E3 season, you get a lot of gamers who are being picky. Now this, I guess, could go towards life as well, but it's mainly about gamers and stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, I get picky. I sometimes get impatient. Like when I have like when for example, when the 3DS shop, was actually able to get downloaded, I downloaded it, and then they were doing maintenance, so I couldn't necessarily get on it right then. Which I was just so impatient. I was like, I really want to get on there, but I can't because of the maintenance. But I understand it, and I'm okay, and I was okay then too. But I'm just saying that I can understand being impatient and stuff like that. But what this is mainly about is that a lot of people, especially gamers, though, well, not especially, but partly gamers, though, have to be patient when it comes to games. A lot of these titles, especially nowadays, can't be made like with a snap of the finger. It takes a while. A lot of work goes into them. Some not really, but a lot. But others, I'll say most of the good ones take time. To actually be made. So you can't expect it like them to announce something, and then you're like, oh my gosh, I can't wait for that, and then it like takes like a year, and you're like, what? Why did it take a year? Sorry, I was getting interrupted, so I don't remember exactly what I was talking about. It always stinks getting interrupted. Anyway, I think it's basically saying about, you have to be patient when it comes to games, especially nowadays. And even if it wasn't the past, you still should be patient. I mean, if you want something good or at least decent, because I know everything can't be perfect. There's no such thing within anything, but you just have to be patient for it. Which I was seeing that a lot for like E3, like before and even after. Before, I was seeing it where they're like, oh, I can't wait for E3, even though it's like going to be tomorrow, or and a lot of stuff like that. But the most thing that sort of annoyed me was the pickiness. For some reason, people probably partially had it in the past, don't get me wrong, but we sort of have gained like this whole thing of being so picky about things, where if there's one little thing that's a problem, we get angry about it really quickly, and then we get angry basically about anything else, even if it's good. Which I think that ruins a lot of games, because every game can't be perfect, no matter what you would call perfect. It's like, there may be like some little thing with the camera that's not necessarily too bad. You could still play the game, alright, but the camera's just a little wonky. But you still love it. It's kind of like when somebody goes, yeah, I really like, some older game. It's like, okay, that's fine, but I bet now if you like play that, you may still have fun, but you probably won't remember it the way you did, because the camera. Because back then, especially for like 3D platformers, the cameras weren't that great, and all sorts of things like that. I'm not saying they're amazing now, but they are definitely a lot better. It's like, so don't give me that like you would be able to play an older game and be totally fine with it. It's like you're being picky now for something small. Oh, they should have made his color jacket red, not black. It's not like that in the whatever. Don't get me wrong, everybody's not that picky, but people tend to be fairly picky. That's why, I'm probably picky sometimes. I really don't know. I don't like monitor myself, but there's but mostly for games, I try to look at them with like a same kind of a view, even if it's a genre I'm not totally fond of. Like, I don't really like shooters, not because they're shooters, but because I don't know, I just can't really play them and like have fun. That's just me, though. I'm not going to try to stop you from playing them. But for you to like just mainly play shooters and then call yourself like a true gamer, you're not really, because you're just playing one genre. It's like, I know shooters are big, but it's like there's other genres out there. And like even me, who's not really fond of that, I'll still give shooters a fair chance. I think shooters are fun. A lot of them have interesting like storylines and ideas, and I would like to get into it, but I just can't totally do that. I don't know why. I just try and it doesn't really work out. It's not that I can't play. It's just like I don't know. It doesn't feel right, I guess, or something. But it's just like people like are really picky. Like before the E3 show, like showcases or whatever you want to call them, everybody's all like so picky in the sense like they better show this, they better show that. I hope if they make a second or third one of this, they better fix that. It's like, I understand that you always want the game to improve, not go back or whatever, but don't like knock the game down because of that one little flaw. It's like, don't look. It's like say for example, like it's a fighting game, and if you and sometimes when you're trying to do the more advanced moves where you have to press like 50 buttons, it sometimes doesn't work out right for some reason. And say in the second one they don't actually fix that, but they improve on other things. You don't really knock it down. Like, be like, yeah, that's disappointing that they didn't fix this in this one, but it's still a fun fighting game, you know, with a lot of new nice things in there. It's like, because it's just kind of annoying, like when people just are so picky about something, and a lot of times it's before they even know what's it about. And even after the shows, don't get me wrong, they weren't that amazing this year or anything, but even after, people were like getting so picky about things. Like, I kept seeing a lot of things about like the new Nintendo console, the Wii U. Like, don't get me wrong, the name's not that amazing, but then again, when have game console names really ever been that amazing? A lot of them, if you notice, are just basically describing what the system is. Like, for example, GameCube, the system looked like a cube and it played games. Game Boy, it played games again, but it was mainly for boys. Not saying girls couldn't play it, but back then I don't think a lot of girls necessarily played, video games and stuff like that. It's like the Nintendo DS, what stood sometimes for like dual screen, DSi, it's more intelligent, nothing's really that clever. PlayStation, it's a station that plays things. It's like, PlayStation 3, they added a 3 on there, it's like, yeah, maybe they could have tried something else. They could have even left, like, Wii 2 or something. But I think they didn't want to do that because people would just be like, it's just a Wii again, so they wanted to keep the Wii to know it's still there, but it's something different, it's like, and it may be annoying, but it's only adding a letter. At least they didn't do like Wii and then some really long, weird name after it. At least it's just like you could put whatever you want there. It could call it Ultimate, I don't know, whatever you want. It's just like, they've never been that clever, but people being so picky about it. Saw some people complain about that it's white, the way it looks. It's like, really, you're gonna base it off of that? I'm not saying you can't judge a book by its cover, but it's like, were you really gonna take the Wii system, the Wii U system, take it out the box and hang it on the wall and go, look at that, look at how amazing that looks, huh? It's a nice piece of design right there. No, you were going to get it and play it, or at least try it, try the different modes and functions. It's like, and I understand that they didn't have like a lot of games for it yet, but it's not going to be coming out till like a year later. What I saw, it's going to be coming out between April and December. First of all, that's a big range, to be quite honest, and it's not till next year, and it's even not till the beginning of next year. It's in April. It's like, I understand they should have showed some, maybe a title from them or whatever, but it's like, it's a new console. Some other developers probably didn't really hear about it till later, and Nintendo is usually secretive about anything. and they only want to show the controller. That's one aspect of it. They want to show it off. It's kind of like with the 3DS, how even though we couldn't see the 3D, that's the thing that they kind of wanted to try to show off, and compared to all of the other features. It's like 3D, That's why I think in the beginning you didn't really hear, like, you heard about some games, but they didn't really, like, point out all the games. Like, they didn't really focus on them. They were trying to just show 3D. You could play 3D games, this, that, and the other thing. It's like, just don't be so picky about things, about games in general, and about, consoles and all that stuff, because not until you play it, and even then, don't, like, find some little flaw and, like, blame it on the whole thing. A good example, for me anyway, is the game The Blob for Wii, the first one. I can't talk about the second one, haven't played it, but in the first one it was really open. I mean, the world was pretty honestly huge for each level, and you have to color like everything, and to do 100% you'd have to be crazy. It's like hard, to be quite honest. You have to like color everything, like every little detail sort of counts to get the 100% there. You have to try to find all the little people and color them back in, and color every single building. It's really, like, it was really annoying, just like too much like going on. And the worst part is you couldn't really like save it in between, like in each world, so you could just sort of take a break and come back later. But even so, it's still a pretty decent like platformer game, and still a pretty decent game in general. I like the idea. I do hope in the second one, I'm not really sure that they improved on a lot of things. They look like they have, but it's like you never know. It's like, but even so, even if they'll still have similar things, like similar length and whatnot to the first one, I'll still enjoy it. I'll still think it's fun. I shouldn't like knock it down because of that, because it's really not that bad of an idea. It's just, you just feel sort of tired and bored after a little while because of how much you have to freaking do in only one level. But it's like, I'm not going to take it down. It's like, just like I was playing Flip's Twisted World, which I know a lot of you are like, what the heck is that? It's like this Wii game, kind of like Mario Galaxy, not totally though. It does have differences. And that game was glitched. It doesn't have a million glitches, but it has quite a bit of glitches. But to be honest, I can play it. I don't mind the glitches. I think glitches are kind of fun. It's like sometimes it might be annoying, but it's really not that bad. It's like you just gotta play the game. I think it looks great. It's pretty fun. It's like you might get annoyed, don't get me wrong, with some problems, but don't be so picky to take these like glitches and go, this game sucks. It's supposed to be the 21st century games are supposed to be flawless. It's like, no, they'll never be that way. And stop trying to go towards realism. It's like, that's not going to make the game better. It's like, if you really want to do something, go outside. But that's all my rant or whatever about pickiness and patience. Mostly about pickiness, but I feel patience sort of has to do with it too. Is just to be patient to see what the product is before you actually pick at it. It's okay to be picky. It's okay to be impatient, but just try to, keep it under control. Tell me your thoughts if you want in the comments. I'll comment back about what you feel about pickiness and patience. And if you have any other random ass topics, let me know. I actually have another one, but that won't be up for a little while. Probably be recorded way before though. So, but see you guys later for Advance Wars and all that, and getting that all done. So see you guys then. Thanks for watching and listening to all my crap. Anyway, see you guys next time.